This is Z-Man with Kadesh Farm. I went on to tilled it up with the Kubota. It struggled. My four-wheel drive is messed up and I couldn't get my tiller to dig deep like I wanted, so I had to go back over it twice, but I was able to break the soil up. I hate that I have bare soil. I guess I could go and get some hay, but hay has seeds in it. I don't want it to compete as much with the seeds I'm trying to get growing. I didn't want to do the no-till drill because you have to use some type of grass killer or weed killer or something of that nature to get rid of the competing grasses. My goal is to have Kadesh Farm to be a certified organic farm, so I will do my best not to use any chemicals on this property as much as possible in regards to killing grasses and different things like that. It's so tempting on the fence rows to do it, but I've learned that quail, which we do have here on this property, love hanging around fence rows because that's where the grass is usually tall and a lot of forbs and different things like that for them to have in the wintertime. So I am going to do my best not to use any chemicals on this property. But I was able to get it tilled. I left the hand spreader at home. My wife told me where it was and I totally forgot. I was able to spread it by hand, and also I drove over it several times with the tractor to kind of push it down a little bit. A lot of the seeds were exposed on the top. With the clover, they recommended not tilling it or raking it to put it back in, because you could actually put it too deep to the point where it would have a hard time germinating, busting through. So with the clover, all I did was just basically run over it. It shouldn't have pushed it down too far. Going back towards my tractor here. It shouldn't have pushed it down too far. You can look and see some of the seeds are exposed. I know the birds, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. There are some seeds that are slightly exposed, not a lot. I was able to run over them and smash a lot of them, maybe a quarter inch into the dirt, if that much. It's barely under all this dirt. So I think it'll be pretty successful. Yes, I may have some competing grasses. I'm okay with that. I think I've planted enough to at least get some clover going in this field over here. This is actually my deer field. I would have cut all of that, but I saw some monarch butterflies flying around. And yes, I am a softie, and they are kind of rare. I was so excited to see them, especially all over this ragweed that they were all over. So I decided to leave this. And also in the wintertime, this will be somewhat some cover. I'm not exactly what this stuff is going to look like after it die back after the first frost, but I'm going to leave it. Again, this is the deer field, and I'll just kind of leave it up to nature. Again, I'm trying to attract all the wildlife and animals that are natural to this area, and doves. Not doves, doves also, but quail. I've heard two different coveys of quails on this property. Then the NRCS lady, Mackenzie, was just shocked. She couldn't believe that I had quail. I do. It's a blessing. I used to raise quail. I know exactly what quail look like and sound like, especially growing up in Mississippi in my younger years. So my goal is to have all the quail I can have on this property, and just let nature do its thing. Through those woods right there is another field that it'll probably, for the first year or two here, will be my hay field, because I don't want to, my goal is to get away from hay, but again, brand new property, got to get myself established. But this is Z-Man. I want to kind of give you an update on my little deer food plot. I'm not finished, but as you can tell, the sun is setting. So I'll do another section on the other side. I've cut it all the way down to the ground. And I will bring my John Deere tractor, and it'll have the horsepower to power through to give me a little bit of depth in this soil. This is Z-Man, and I am out.